Jungle Bob here. So what we got going on today, it's rainy in Birmingham, it's winter time, or yeah, getting close to spring. We got the old Ferris still here, the zero-turn Ferris. And if you remember on the previous video, I showed you it needed a fuel gauge, a remote fuel gauge installed. So that's what we're going to do today. So if you're interested, stay tuned. In the meantime, hit the like button if you like the video. Please subscribe to my channel and ring that bell if you want to see my upcoming videos. So let's get into it. So as you can see, we have this old fuel gauge here. We're going to have to remove this. Looks like somebody, when it broke or whatever, they went ahead and put a nut on here to keep the water out. I don't know. And we've drained the gas out just in case we have to get in there, because I think the bottom half of this gauge is broken off in the tank. May end up leaving that in there. I don't know yet. But yeah. So we're going to go ahead, the customer decided to go ahead and fix that and put a new belt on it. The belt hadn't got here yet. It should be here tomorrow. So we may do a video on that. And then I've got, I've been trying to clean out some of my junk, so I've got some stuff for sale. Selling this old Billy Goat leaf vacuum. Had some inquiries on it. I only want 60 bucks for it. It's got this Honda engine on it. It runs good and everything. It needs a bag, and it needs a adjuster for the wheel heights down here, but you can lock it in manually if you want to. But had a couple. I think somebody's supposed to come by and look at that today. And anyway, back to the subject at hand. I'm going to go get the part, and we'll get right into this. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. So this part came from a place called the Part Connection out of Jackson, Michigan. It's an OEM part for Ferris. It was about $48 plus tax. They have all kinds of different stuff apparently. It's in a card. There's a picture of the gauge. Comes with a grommet. So as this thing, as you put gas in, this float rises up like that, and that makes the gauge move. So you know how much petrol you have. Yep. It's called a remote fuel gauge, and the reason it's called remote is because it's not attached to a switch or anything that you have to read off a dash, I guess. So I'm going to put you on the tripod, and we're going to take this old one out. It's a pretty easy procedure to do, I'm guessing. And here we go. Alrighty. Are we recording? Guys, so I'm just going to take me a little screwdriver here, flathead, and pry this out. Doesn't matter if we damage the grommet because we're replacing it. Just get you something to pry up under here, I guess. It should pop out, work your way around. Probably need a little bigger screwdriver. It's a-coming. I might get a bigger screwdriver. Yeah. It's coming. There we go. Yeah, see the whole thing is broken off. The whole bottom gauge is broken off in here in the tank. So I'm going to have to try to fish that out somehow. So give me a minute and let's see. But so yeah, somebody, I guess they had taken this whole piece off because the float is still in the bottom of the tank, but the rod's missing and all that. So they just took, like I said, and they ran this screw through here. Put that on there. And let me get a flashlight and see if we can see down in there. May wait till we fill the tank up, because that float should float up to the top when we fill the tank up, and then we can just reach down in there with a pair of pliers or something and grab it, get it right out. So, hold on. I looked in the tank, and that's all that's in there is that float. So, this fuel gauge, they've already put the grommet on there for me. I think you can take this off as one piece and just put a new grommet in if you wanted to. I'm not positive. We're going to see how this works. I'm just going to plop it in here. I don't know if y'all can see that better. So there's your grommet, and I'm going to try to put that in here first, like that. And then you just put the fuel gauge inside that. And once you put it in here, this is fatter, a little bit fatter, and that'll snug your grommet in. So let me take you off the tripod. I went ahead and put the grommet in, and then we want to turn this around so you can read it, that being empty. And then when you push this on in, you're going to be careful with it. You don't want to break the glass. So I'm going to put you back on the tripod while I do that, and we're going to put this on in here. I'm going to give me a little bit of Vaseline and grease this grommet up so this will slide in smoothly. I just got me a little dab of grease, and it's going to go around the inside of this grommet with the grease. Just enough to give it a little sliding power, maybe a little bit around the seal here. And then we're going to put it in. Make sure you got it lined up right, because once it goes in, it's in. We don't want to break it. Let's go a little bit at a time, even all the way around. Kind of wanting to be stubborn. There it goes. One side popped in all the way. And now the other side. So I think that's good right there. All right, guys. I believe that's it. Just like that. Fuel gauge installed. Probably took me about 15 minutes to do. Easy, easy, easy. And so if you like this, like I said, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and we'll probably be back tomorrow to put this belt on. So in the meantime, everybody be cool. Jungle Bob out.